Hey, well, all right. Michael's not here. Hi. It's hard to believe it starts in 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's what he wants to do this morning.
Did you really? Where'd you go, to the terminal? Huh. Really? On Woodsmall? There's nothing we can do about it.
That'll work.
Okay. Over the bars?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Okay, I'll start this meeting today. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all. Commissioner's business today. Turn it over to the county attorney. He has a couple things for us to do today.
Thank you, Commissioner. The first item on the agenda is an agreement with Indiana American Water Company Incorporated for a developer-installed water main extension. So this is related to the new Vigo County Security Center being constructed. This is a standard Indiana American Water agreement that they require on all main extensions. Garmong and DLZ have both reviewed it. Jamie, the engineer from DLZ, has been working with Indiana American Water on it. The entirety of the water main is contained within the 60-foot right-of-way that the county acquired for that property,
And this is for the jail, correct?
that's correct. Yeah, and if there are any questions about it, I'm happy to try and answer.
Mike, when we met about this months ago, there was talk about the possibility of the property to the east tapping onto that. Is that still in effect?
Yeah, no, there's, so this agreement, Brendan, indicates that, you know, when a developer installs a main, they have the option of, you know, working with the water company to develop an understanding regarding future tap-ons to that main.
Okay.
And in this situation, I believe based on the directives from the commissioners, you know, that was waived. The Indiana American Water Company has certain fees that they cannot waive.
Sure.
That was discussed during that time frame you're talking about. But yes, this agreement provides that in Section 5, in the determination of the cost main extension, provides that the utility fees related to the main extension shall amount, essentially that it's being waived.
Okay.
So,
Is it on the east side or west side of the road?
well, potentially there could be tap-ons on both sides. In the
I mean, the
future.
main. The main is going to go
The
on.
main, yes, on the east side of the road.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what we kind of worked on.
Yes.
Yeah, because originally there's going to go on the west side, and that's going to take up too much room. So good. I'm glad to hear that it worked out.
Well, they've got plans for some development along the east side, aren't they?
Well,
Possibly.
they've subdivided
Mhm.
that, you know, that tract into, I think, right now there's maybe 5 or 6
is there?
other parcels. Ryan from GIS could answer that question, but I know it's been subdivided a couple times since the county acquired it,
Oh.
to where there's, you know, developable
Mhm.
size lots for
Because at first I thought it was just 3.
light
they had
commercial.
I think it's 5 now.
Okay.
I know they've got one big one in the back, and I think there's 2 on each side of the road that are, you know, like frontage lots, sort of. But yeah, they are looking at, you know, I'd say light commercial, whatever might be willing to develop.
Okay. If no other questions, ask for a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And just as an update, in talking with Peterson from Garmong, BNS is staffed up on the site to do this work pretty quickly. So this BNS is who will be installing this, and the work will begin
Good.
pretty quickly after they get this back.
Okay. Want to keep that
Good.
going.
Moving.
The next item on the agenda was, I know last week we had bid opening with the county engineer, and he has another update regarding the truck acquisition.
Good morning.
Marty.
As you know, we opened the bids for the 2020-1 Community Crossings contract for those projects last Tuesday. Wabash Valley was the only bidder. They were under the engineer's estimate, and I would recommend that we would go ahead and the commissioners award the contract to Wabash Valley Asphalt. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
I've looked at it. It bid conforms to the specs, and yeah, given that it's under the engineer's estimate, it seems.
Yeah, that's
That was
great.
good. That was a real good thing.
Yep.
We've come over, went way over before, and that kind of hinders a lot of other projects, so this is good news.
You have any questions, Brendan?
As you shared yesterday, Larry, that if we approve this today, then we can look for these projects being completed this fall.
Yes.
Okay.
So the goal would be to get these things paved. I already have the highway department doing prep work for these roads. So you'll continue to see that in the next couple of weeks, and then they'll be ready to turn over Wabash Valley to pave.
We've had some challenges on target dates due to many factors, but we will do our best to make sure that affected landowners do have prior notification.
Yeah, so
that
we're looking
gonna be
at,
paving.
I'm looking at maybe hanging some door tags on some of these projects, given a little bit more of a vague time frame. It's hard to really narrow that down due to weather and other, scheduling conflicts with Wabash Valley or with us. So there's always something that seems to pop up. I mean, we had a storm blow through one day and it took us 2 days to get that cleaned up.
Right.
So that put us, 2 days behind that. So, weather permitting, I'll try to hang some, some door tags that give hopefully a time frame that they can expect to see those roads shut down. And then, with the message boards as well, we might be able to get that word out a little bit better.
Okay. I know it's appreciated by the residents. And then we'll look forward to all the complaints after we pave about how people are going too fast on the roads.
Exactly.
Michael, do we need to vote on that?
On the bid, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Make a motion to approve the bid.
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. The other item that I have, Highway Department had came to the council to request funds for 5 new tandem trucks last year. Those trucks were since ordered and they are being built, and they are going to be financed through First, and we've gotten that financing completed since the trucks are approaching that completion time for us to be able to take delivery of those. So I do have a rate here. The bid rate was 3.25%, which was lower than what it was originally projected to be, and that just sets up the schedule for 5 equal payments, or not equal, but close to equal, to come out of my budget to pay for those trucks. So,
Those are annual payments, right?
annual payments, yes.
And when
they
does
were
that
due-
payment hit?
What's that?
When does that payment hit, the first one?
First one's January.
Okay. Of 2021.
Yes, January 15th of 2021.
But we'll have the trucks before then.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Interesting.
It's the nature of the lease. Yeah.
Any questions about that or anything? I think,
Yeah, we had talked about it,
Yeah.
and I felt, given that the trucks are nearing delivery, just a motion to approve their acquisition from the commissioners, given that, the council's made the appropriation into the budget, and Tammy and I have been working, Tammy primarily has been working with John Shirley at First Financial Bank to line up the other documents that they need. So this would just be something to supplement their file.
That'd be great to have the trucks prior to the winter, so need
So we need them.
those. So
I'll make a motion.
we have a motion,
Second?
second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
thank you. That's all I had.
Okay, Michael.
Thank you, sir. The next item that I had was Jim had dropped this off. It is a memorandum of understanding regarding assessment of local matching funds for metropolitan transportation planning. This is an MOU between the city of Terre Haute, the Board of Commissioners of Vigo County, the city of Brazil, the Clay County Board of Commissioners, and the Terre Haute Area Economic Development Corporation. It provides that the Terre Haute Economic Development Corporation is the metropolitan planning organization designated by the governor, and the remaining terms of the MOU are, in my review, based solely on the formulas prescribed by the federal government regarding MPO funding. So, as you know, each of the respective member organizations contribute to the MPO. Nothing about that changes. It's still based on population, and yeah, if there are any questions about it, I'm happy to try and answer them.
Any questions?
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to see this at all. I trust Jim's judgment. Has anything changed since I know, Judy, this is kind of your baby, since it went from West Central to, well, I just call Steve Witt's group?
No.
So it's,
nothing changed.
it'd
They
be the
just-
same as what we did last year.
That's right. It's the same, it's, the, yeah,
Just moved the office, so.
the terminology in this, it's mandated by federal highway, what
Okay.
you have to do to qualify for MPO funds, so.
So our support is simply part of the process.
That's right. Yeah, I
And-
mean, it's not any anything different from a historical perspective besides the parent organization of the MPO.
And it's my understanding that the MPO is going to try to refocus its mission and provide more services to us than what they have in the past.
That was the logic of the move, as I understand it, was that some people felt that maybe the MPO was being underutilized
Sure.
for whatever reason, and felt that it could be more efficient, better utilized, however you want to couch it, and pushed for the.
Well, they
The
offer a lot of
redesignation.
services.
I'm sorry.
They offer a lot of services.
For sure. Yeah. No. Jeremy Weir is a signatory to this MOU. Jeremy was the same individual doing these services at West Central, and I think it's. I don't brush up against them that much.
Sure.
So, for me to comment on how well it's operating would, yeah.
Well, that'll be good to see how the relationship improves with our engineering department. I know with traffic counts that we've talked about, signage.
That was one thing, I think, Brendan, that they thought that we left money on the table
Right.
before, didn't go after some of the things. And with the information between the engineering department of the city and the county now, that we have a
Sure.
relationship that maybe we can get some more.
Well, I think with your efforts, Brad, of getting the GIS department improved, that'll help too. So I think realistically we're going to see a good cost savings, but also improvements with our infrastructure. So,
Any
and
questions?
Judy, you've been a part of that board for quite some time, haven't you?
Yep.
Since day one.
I
Quite an
think-
asset.
The district meetings, I mean, you go to those quarterly, is that?
Yeah, there are different meetings through the MPO. There's a tech committee and there's a policy committee. So tech committee makes recommendations, the policy committee on projects and direction, and the policy committee takes action on that. So all of our federal funding that we acquire runs to the MPO. So they administrate all of that. They make sure that we're following everything we need to be following to make sure that we qualify for those funds. So it's important to have a good relationship with them, and it's important that we all buy into kind of that direction that we're all going as a community, not just as a county.
Okay, with no other comments, I'd
That's
ask for,
can I just say
Okay, sure.
that is part of the reason that some people got upset over that situation and this all got moved, was because of that, because the county has not gotten their portion of the money in the last few years because we agreed to give it to the city to do some of their big projects, like the 19th Street
the old,
Overpass on
19th
Margaret.
and Margaret, and
Yeah.
different things like that. Now we're for the same reason, so
Yep.
you probably are not going to see much change there as far as that goes. Maybe some little things, but this is just my opinion. I just want you to know that, because I don't want them to think that the county didn't utilize their money, because it was just agreed upon that this was community projects, not like you said, just
Right.
not city or county.
No, it
It
was
just
what,
happened to
yeah,
be in the city.
that's not the,
That's not their function.
that's, yeah, that committee as a whole is not focused on one entity or
That's
the
right.
other. It's focused on, our community as a whole.
Right.
So Brazil and parts of Clay County have joined that, so that's included in that. So it's more of a regional territory. It's something that, and that's why you have all the stakeholders that sit on those committees.
Right.
That way, that direction can be, we can be moving in one direction instead of a bunch of different separate directions. So
Yeah.
Of the bridge,
Right.
yeah, of the bridge. So that's just like any bridge that gets built anywhere. When I worked for the city, we built a bridge at Brown Avenue there just south of Maple. That's something that got added to the county inventory. So those funds, doesn't matter how many bridges you build, those funds don't go up. So it does burden that fund to try to maintain all those. But that's where we can get. That's another thing that we can work at with this with this committee. If that becomes a need, that can be there as well. That's another option for that. So I am currently utilizing some MPO funds for some bridges. So
Okay, thank you.
Just for clarification too, the rural transit component, does that fall in this? Okay.
Well,
Or is
I
that
guess-
separate, Judy?
No,
Is
it's
it
a,
separate?
it's
That's
a
a separate.
service, it's a
Okay.
service of
We fund
West
that
Central.
separately.
Okay. Yeah, because there's so many facets that run through both of those organizations, through West
Yeah.
Central and the MPO. It's,
No, that transportation planning goes,
yeah, I think I think if I'm not mistaken, the rural transportation side of it stayed with
West
West
Central.
Central.
with West Central. That's why I
okay,
say
so that
Yeah.
stayed.
Metropolitan
The MPO has been
Transportation
moved to
Planning
Terre
is
Haute.
separate from rural transportation.
So just for clarification, not to muddy things up a little more, when we worked at getting the bus line going, Judy, from Terre Haute to West Terre Haute back again, does that fall under what we're doing today, or does that fall
No.
under the other relationship?
On the other relationship.
Relationship? Because I thought that funding from the MPO goes to the City of Terre Haute Transit, and that's how they were able to get the West Terre Haute line,
Right.
because it wasn't just direct city funding, it was funding through the MPO.
Well,
All of our heads are already
I think
exploded, I
you're
think,
right.
right
No,
now.
I think
you
you're
probably
right.
need some
Right.
clarification on
So-
that, because it probably is
That
still
wouldn't-
under
Yeah,
this,
so what we're doing today
will affect that.
does affect that. So as I move forward with making a motion to approve this, I'm doing it under the auspices that, or with support of that line, that the City of Terre Haute continues that line to West Terre Haute back.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
that's
think
very
that
important.
I think the MPO funds a portion of that, but the
Yeah.
administration of those, that transit authority, I think is still separate with West Central.
Yeah,
I could be mistaken on that, but
that's not contingent. That's just my speech to show the value of that bus line, and thankful to the mayor and everybody involved for getting that going.
Yep.
And I hope it continues. So I'll make a motion to approve the
Motion,
continued relationship.
second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thanks, Larry.
Anything else, Michael?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Turn it over to the auditor. Judy, have
For
you,
what?
for Wabash Valley.
Oh, okay,
So you were here.
I was not.
Would you make a motion?
I will.
I'll second the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We've got the claim docket for July 18th through 24th in the amount of $335,126.48 plus payroll of $1,011,527.03 for a total of $1,346,653.51.
Any questions?
I just had sticker shock when I saw the electric bill on this one. $36,920.
Been hot?
It has. Yeah, we're running the air conditioners. Man.
Yeah, been hot.
Man.
Yeah.
No, I reviewed it. I'm good with it. I'll make
Okay.
a motion to approve.
Got a motion,
Second.
second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any other comments from the commissioners?
Nope.
Not, anybody out there have anything they want to add?
And we say out there, they're other elected officials, no members of the
You can't
public.
see them on the camera, but, okay, thank you all for coming.